warmth hit her first, gentle, dry, and alive, with the faint scent of cedarwood and something sweet like vanilla tea. She didn't step far in, just stood at the threshold, dripping onto the worn hardwood floor, unsure if she'd just made the worst decision of the week. Her muscles were coiled, alert. Trust was a currency she hadn't used in years. Eliot locked the door behind them, slowly, like one wrong move might send her running. He hung his keys on a hook by the doorway, small wooden treble clef carved above it, and shrugged out of his damp coat. "I have a towel," he said, not looking at her directly, "and a heater. Bathroom straight down the hall if you want to change or just be alone for a bit." She didn't respond. Her eyes darted around the apartment. A soft brown couch draped with an old knit blanket, potted plants thriving on the windowsill, and in the corner, a piano. Its surface gleamed even in the dim light. She hadn't been this close to one in 3 years. "Do you need dry clothes?" he asked. That made her eyes snap to him. Her voice was hoarse, barely above a whisper. "I'm not staying." Eliot nodded. "Okay." He disappeared into the hallway. She could hear drawers opening, a cabinet squeaking, running water. She glanced at the door. She could leave. She should. But her hands were numb, and her throat ached from the cold. And for the first time in weeks, no one was yelling at her to move along. Eliot returned with a stack of clothes, an oversized hoodie, sweatpants, thick socks, and a large, fluffy towel. He placed them gently on the arm of the couch and stepped back, like she was a wild animal that might bite if he got too close. "I'll be in the kitchen," he said, not watching, just making tea. She didn't answer. But when he disappeared again, she grabbed the towel with trembling fingers. 10 minutes later, she emerged from the bathroom in his clothes, which hung awkwardly on her thin frame but didn't feel wrong. The dry fabric was a luxury she didn't expect to hit so hard. She clutched her own soaked coat in one arm, standing silent in the hallway. Eliot didn't speak, just handed her a warm mug and sat back in the chair across the room, giving her space. She took a sip. It burned a little, but the heat grounded her. Silence stretched between them, not awkward, not forced, just there. He didn't ask where she was from or what happened out there. Instead, his voice was soft when he finally said, "I've seen you." "By the river." She looked up sharply. "Only from a distance," he added quickly. "I didn't know if you wanted to be seen." She said nothing. Then, after a pause, he tilted his head and asked gently, "What should I call you?" Her fingers tightened on the mug. "Wren," she said at last. "My name is Wren Callahan."